What are you staring at, baby? Sit down. Let's get going.
I just want to make sure that you don't need like diarrhea or anything before we start.
Okay,
he's been having the run.
My pooping problem.
Because he's on this little diet right now with your friend where you eat no carbs, no
bread, no dairy.
And he said, by the way, I want to point this out. Heath made this bet and he specifically said no carbonated drinks. There are so many healthy carbonated drinks, but he said no carbonated drinks, but he was actually referring to soda. Now he's stuck not drinking any type of carbonated drinks.
I do miss my sparkling water, though. I will say that.
You love sparkling water. That's why I find it hard to believe that you would even make a bet like this.
I know I was a little bit too broad in my terminology, and I think it's kind of backfiring a little bit. But you know what?
You're
A bet's a bet.
You're good.
What are we even talking about? Let's just go right into the intro. We got some news today.
Baby.
So let's just get right into it, baby. It's Coffee Talker, baby. Yeah!
Woo! All right,
guys. Welcome back to Zane and Heath Unfiltered. His name is Heath. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
You have to think about the new people that are coming on here.
Right.
There's got to be at least one new person listening to this episode specifically.
Hey, guys. I'm Heath. This is my voice.
And this is Zane, and this is my voice.
Zane goes, and this is
welcome to 95
Zane.
FM PR.
This is my voice. Before we jump into the podcast, we do have to give you guys a little bit of news. As you guys know, Matt has been with us for almost 40 podcasts, and
how long is that? That's like about
that's like 40 weeks.
years.
Carry the one.
8 months. That's a long time. 8 months.
So for the listeners and for the people watching, as you guys might have seen, Kenny is in the seat again. But we do have to share some news with you guys that unfortunately Matt will no longer be joining us on the podcast. He is very booked and busy. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So it does suck, and it is sad to see him go.
Baby soar. We got to see him take off
he's
with his
soaring
and flying.
And don't be dramatic. Obviously, Matt is still our best friend. He still lives with Zane.
Yeah,
there's nothing weird. But unfortunately, we had to let him go. But he is very busy and has a lot of stuff that he's working on. So make sure to follow all of his ventures and keep giving him the love that we all are.
And babe, we're sending you love too, Matt.
Love you.
Love you, baby.
And speaking of love, we do have somebody else for you guys to love as well. Kenny, you guys have seen him on the last 2 episodes. So Kenny is going to be the new full-time member of Unfiltered.
Woo! Baby.
Give it up for my baby.
Give a little round of applause.
But yeah, guys, make sure to give Kenny some love in the comments also. He is clearly very nervous, baby. He's got some big shoes to fill. I'm like making him feel worse.
I'm over here like biting my nails.
No, Kenny, you've done a phenomenal job on the last few episodes, and we appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
And thank you for being able to take,
If anybody was going to fill up that seat that wasn't Matt, it would be you. So,
my God.
You are literally the best runner-up ever.
Oh my God, I love being a first alternate.
and take that with a grain of salt.
No, I mean, thank you guys so much. I mean, I'm obviously not trying to replace anyone. I understand that Matt had a place in people's hearts, and I just am thankful to you guys for giving me the offer and seeing something in little old me from hometown Florida that would bring something to your podcast.
Kenny about to make me cry. I'm getting emotional.
That was sweet.
No, honestly, I mean, if I could, I would like to address the audience.
Oh,
but
baby, talk it up.
Go ahead.
I wish there was like a
The mic is yours.
I just wanted to say thank you guys to whoever was encouraging me through the last 2 podcasts. If you turned into the 39th podcast, you know that my overarching goal is to pursue voiceover, and it's kind of a more invisible art. It's very behind the scenes. So to be put in front of a large audience that my friends accumulated is very awkward. But I appreciate everyone that was leaving positive comments. So thank you. And I'll try not to let you down.
We love you, Kenny. So before we get started on the episode, Zane and I actually have a little surprise.
What's the surprise?
But baby,
Are we in on this? Do you know?
What?
I think we're in on this.
Oh, okay. So, Heath and I, we do this with every new member that we have for Unfiltered.
All of them. All of them.
How many members have you had before?
So we do this all the time. So we got to do it with you now. We have to knight you in and swear you in to the Zane and Heath Unfiltered cast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is some Game of Thrones shit.
Oh, yeah. And that's exactly where it's from because... Okay.
Baby, you want to get him?
Yeah. All right. So you do the...
You want to get him? Let's get him.
You do the swearing and I'll do the...
I'll hold him back.
You
I'll
do
hold
the
him back.
You do the swearing, I'll do the sorting. Okay?
Go hold him back.
Oh, I should have brought my fly zapper. Damn it! I forgot it.
You idiot.
Coffee straw.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, well,
Here you go. Okay. We need you to put your hand on this real quick. This is our unfiltered YouTube plaque.
100,000 subscribers.
Which
so,
hand?
So your right hand, right on it. Okay, well, don't scratch it. Okay. Do you, Kenny, promise and swear to provide the juice and the funny, so help you, Matt King?
I do.
nice. Okay.
And do you promise to bring the juice, the whole juice, and nothing but the funny?
So help me, Matt King. I do.
Yes.
So by the name of the Zane and Heath and the Unfiltered podcast, we now we now announce you the newest member of the Zane and Heath Unfiltered podcast.
Oh my God. I feel like a different woman.
There
I mean,
you
man.
go. Okay.
All right, give him his mic back.
Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, thank God I did not like doing that for Kenny.
I
We
hated it
just
too.
had to make it official.
Everyone
we-
hated it.
That
We
was
didn't
cute.
like it, but
Yeah.
we
Do I
did
look
it.
younger? I'm trying this new thing with my
Oh, here we
my
go.
bangs. We've been watching a lot of TikTok. What? I'm like, I keep looking at myself. I'm trying to do something here.
I'm trying to feel myself.
Oof.
Well-
You look banging.
You could always get a couple more hair plugs in the top here.
I
You
know,
that
but-
would bring more voluptuousness in
You are
the.
a
In the
I
terrible
could think of
influence.
something else to do with 25 grand.
Oh my God.
it wasn't 25 grand. It was 24 grand.
We're actually
So-
all wearing hats today. I feel like we're all
Yeah, all of us.
the same level of insecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single
Oh,
one.
I-
All the
just-
boys. Let's hear it for the boys.
Zane and Heath, unconfident.
This week I had my update for my hair transplant because I haven't seen them in like the past 10 months. I
Right.
got it 10 months ago. I came in like 3 days after to get a wash up of my hair, and that's it. I haven't seen him since. And then I saw him for the first time like 3 days ago. And I came in, they said it looked great. My hair transplant looked phenomenal. The hairs are
It
going
does,
in
it
all
does
nice.
look really good. It does.
For the people watching the video,
It looks
form, You can
amazing.
see that my hair plugs are growing in nicely.
It looks really full.
No, it does
It
look really
does.
good.
Thank you.
So none like fell out. They said everything worked, correct?
Yeah, none fell out. If anything, some might take longer to grow than the other, but like it'll all grow at some point. They're brand new. It's like baby hairs. Like you got to give it time to grow, and once they're
Yeah.
grown, that's it. I remember going in and she looked at the hair and everything, and she was like, "Yeah, it looks really good." And there was like 5 seconds of silence, and I look at her and she looks at me and she goes, and I knew it was coming and I don't feel bad because I was thinking the same thing. And she was like, I definitely suggest to do another hair transplant. I was like, I was thinking the same thing.
For her to
Wait,
say
to
that
redo
too,
the whole thing?
No,
like,
no, not to redo it. Yeah, I have more hair, but it's not enough for my liking.
Gotcha.
Because
So then they'd have to take a whole nother strip from the back of your
they
head.
will, yeah, I could either do FET where they do the strip, which
Right,
was
right,
like
right.
very painful, which was a painful recovery. It wasn't painful during the process, or FUE, which they do like they pluck each hair and they put it in, but that would take forever. And like the risk of like having your hair grow from that, I don't know. There's like risks for FUE and
Yeah.
FET.
Would you do another one?
I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on it. I really don't want to have to go through all that again because it took like it takes a whole year to see results. And it's like, am I like after a year, am I going to be happy with the
Right. Let
results?
me ask you this: are you happy with your results right now? Do you have that confidence to like?
The confidence? No, I don't.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't think I'll ever like, I don't know. I could have more hair, but I feel like I'll never be confident about my hair.
Like even
just
after the
because
second one, you could still see yourself like wearing a hat.
there's a huge chance that I still will feel the same way and I'll have a hat on.
Well,
That's
but
why I'm like,
but that's the thing though, is that like that's why I can't say either way because I don't know firsthand, but like I don't feel like even getting the second one is gonna give you the mental capacity to just feel confident enough to not wear a goddamn hat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I don't know. I just feel like you need to work on looking at the progress that already has happened because Mariah and I
Right.
the other day were like, oh my God, it looks so full. It looks so great.
you had your hat off, and I was like, you look really different. It
Yeah.
like changed your face too.
yeah.
Right. And
looks good.
and your knee jerk reaction is to be like, no, but like I'm dissatisfied with it because of X, Y, and Z. But if you were to just change your perspective and realize that it does look better, it's an improvement, and you can
Yeah.
probably work with it without a hat.
But
Now-
baby, that's Zane and I's brain.
Yeah.
Did you see?
It's
Did they show you pictures before?
Like
yeah.
to see the difference.
It's unbelievable the difference.
See?
There's 100% a difference. I don't what's the word?
Don't get me wrong.
Don't get. Very good. How'd you even get that? I was like, there's no way no one's gonna get what I was trying to.
That word.
Don't get me wrong.
Don't
Get me wrong. I take a shower. I dry myself. I dry my hair. I put gel in my hair, and I fully dry it. And I look in the mirror. I'm like, it doesn't look good.
Maybe it's your hair that you don't like.
It's
not
so,
the
It's
lack
the
of
texture.
It definitely is, and it's my genes. It's because I'm half Arab. My entire dad's side are all bald, either balding or completely bald, and the thing about my dad's side is they all look good with a bald head. I don't look good with a bald head.
Have you ever had a bald head?
I've imagined myself with a bald head, and every time I talk to somebody about me having a bald head, they go, "Yeah, you definitely shouldn't have a bald head."
One thing I will say about bald heads is that you'll look the same age for basically the next 40 years. Like, look at The Rock. He's been bald for so long that he just doesn't look like he's changed at all.
Right.
But he would also look really weird with hair. If he had
Oh my
hair
gosh,
For
at
sure.
all,
But you don't
it would look funny.
have hair to base like it off of, like, oh wow, they've started to lose their hair. Their hair's
Yeah.
getting like grayer.
Well, but
It's just like
I feel like it's like a youth thing. Like I understand your reservations. Like I understand
Yeah.
that like you think young people should have a full head of hair and you're not old yet, so you should have a full head of hair. But
Wait a second. Is this an intervention for me to be bald? You guys want me to be
maybe
bald?
shave it off.
Busted.
No.
but like I mean you just kind of have to be at some point you have to work on being satisfied with like the hand that you're dealt. Like
Yeah.
the thing is I don't like my hair. I mean I'm wearing a hat right now, but I don't like my hair, the quality of my hair. My hair is, but it's very thick. It's unlike yours. It's very thick. It's very like wiry. I feel like it's very, if I was to like just run my fingers through my hair, it would just stay in that position. I don't like that.
I love wiry hair. I wish we could switch hairs. You take my hair and I'll take your hair.
Baby,
That would
we
be
always
perfect.
want what we don't have.
I know.
It's true.
I know.
The grass is always going to be greener. So even if you get another hair transplant, I feel like you still will be dissatisfied. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm scared about.
Yeah.
Just accept the compliment, move on. And
Stop bullying me, Kenny.
You're bullying yourself.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
You're bullying.
You know what?
Quit trying to make me feel confident. Quit trying to make me feel good. I don't want to feel good about myself.
Out with the old and with the new, baby. There's a lot of new going on.
You know what? You know what?
But at the end of the day, we support you if you want to do it again. Because
Right.
it's what's about making my baby happy. That's all
Exactly.
that
And
matters.
baby, and that's why your appointment is next week with
That's
Dr.
right.
Zane,
I'm
right?
gonna get all these hoes fixed up. But at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy, we support you.
That sounds condescending.
No, but like, we do.
We do.
Take the compliment, please.
What will make me very happy is if you buy this merch.
Oh, he's really trying to get that money for the transplant.
He said hair plugs and merch plugs.
Yup. Bubba, that was good.
Very good. Kenny, you're out. Give her the seat. Give her the
was
mic.
very
Next.
All right, guys. Seriously, we do have merch that is out right now on fanjoy.co/Zane and Heath. Unfortunately, I know the lovely baby blue that we have behind Matt and Kenny right now. I mean, Mariah and Kenny.
Okay, well, that was bad on Mariah.
Sorry.
Weird.
Mariah and Kenny, we have the baby blue. That is completely sold out. Y'all love the blue so much. But baby, it's sold out now. So now we have just the
pink
pink
and the black.
And the black. That's on the
Right.
site still. If you guys want it. We're not restocking these colors. So
Very
baby, whatever
limited
is
time.
there, you guys got to get. And then you guys are the only ones that have it. So
And guys, we've seen so many people tweeting at us that have already ordered it. We just want to say thank you so much to everybody already. And we're excited to see you guys wearing it.
So last night we the four of us got into this deep conversation about bullying in school and like elementary school, middle school, high school. It was really bad when when I was in elementary and middle school. Bullying was really bad. It's like what you see in movies. That's how it was when I was in school. And we all wonder if it's still going on today. Just that type of bullying.
Yeah, I think about that too, because obviously like the younger Gen Z is all, I guess, a lot more woke and more, I don't want to say sensitive, but they're very anti-bully.
Right, we don't know.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's no like physical bullying. I feel like it might be like catty girls. That's what
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
like.
Mentally bullying. Like
Right.
there was a lot of physical bullying back then, but not.
Right, like us in high school or middle school, there was no like internet bullying. There was no like sending mean, nasty comments. And
Right.
it's
Yeah.
just like you had some shit to say, you said it to their face,
Exactly.
and you just got popped.
Yeah.
It was that type of bullying.
In high school and middle school and elementary, were you guys the ones being bullied, were you guys the bullies?
I don't think I ever got bullied.
Lucky you.
No, but seriously, I mean, people teased me. I guess.
Yeah, I was.
Baby, the only thing teased was your hair.
I know, right? I was just gonna say that. That's pretty good.
With the hair puns today.
But
'Cause I
yeah,
came up with
I don't think I ever got bullied. Like,
Right. Everybody got teased.
I know Zane
Fine.
got his ass kicked quite a few times.
I did get my ass kicked. Did I tell you about the middle school fight?
Yeah. That
Over
one's bad.
donuts. I'd get my ass rocked. But like I wasn't like giving attitude or anything. It was just like I didn't really have you know what? I think it was like I was very vulnerable. I didn't have any friends around me. I was like by myself. So it was easy for anybody to pick
You're
on
an
me
easy
because I didn't
target.
have like a backup. Yeah. I didn't have backup.
Kenny, did you get bullied in school
Such a loaded
for
question.
being tall?
I mean, for being tall. Thank you guys for just lying. I mean, I was bullied pretty early on in my school career, I feel like. I said on one of the other podcasts that, yeah, I mean, people were calling me gay before I knew what gay was and before I even
Knew that you
identified
were.
as that. Right, exactly. But it's funny, though, because I feel like my earliest memory of just the term gay or whatever was actually when I was bullying someone.
You bullied somebody?
I do not condone what my past self did either, but there was and it could have been just a product of what was being presented to me, but there was a kid in elementary school, so it was very early, and all my friends were girls. I would always hang out with them, and I almost feel like guys would try and just sort of crack the code on like, what does this guy have that like I don't have? Why is he buddy with all the girls, whatever? And this kid would follow me around and follow my girlfriend group around. And I was just like, oh yeah, can you stop following us? It's not really cool. Like whatever, we're just trying to do our own thing. He kept following us. It got very annoying. And I felt like I needed to stick up for the girls in my group. And
By doing that, you called him gay?
I did. I called him gay.
Did you not know what that was?
I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was offensive.
Right,
Because
okay.
I was offended by it. And I just said, like, what is wrong with you? Are you gay or something? And he turned around and he said, I'm not gay. And he walked away. And I was like, well,
Maybe he was pursuing you.
he was very smart and very, all that. But I thought everything was fine when he walked away. He just kind of was annoyed at what I said. But then he came back with a handful of rocks.
You got rocked.
He threw a rock at me, and it missed me and hit one of my very best girlfriends in the face.
Uh-oh.
And this is why we don't bully.
He said, words will never hurt me, but sticks and stones will, baby. Catch this.
Yeah, and
I have a similar story with that. So like you're saying that you're being bullied and that made you like bully other people sometimes. I have a similar story. So I was like bullied throughout like my entire like just school life, like elementary school, whatever. And I think it was late elementary or middle school. Remember Caesar, our buddy Caesar?
Yeah.
He's one of Heath's like good friends. I was getting bullied a lot. So when we're on the school
You
bus,
bullied my friend Caesar?
I didn't bully him. Look, wait, just give me a second. So I don't know what I had, what I had in me, but like on the school bus, I was just like, haha, Caesar. What are you, Caesar salad? I was calling him Caesar
that was
salad.
you?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh my God. Caesar would tell me about this, how it traumatized him. I didn't know that was you.
That was me.
you.
Caesar
You
salad?
I used to
called
call him
him
Caesar salad. I know, it's so fucked up. I feel really bad about it. Should I call him?
this was in middle school?
I don't know. It was either late elementary or
Wow.
middle school. I just know that like I was like, you know what? Maybe bullying people is something that like is okay because I get bullied all the time.
That has fifth grade energy.
Guys, two wrongs
Yeah.
do not make a right.
That's right. So
in front of his salad.
I learned a lot, but I did apologize to him. This was like years later. I think it was maybe 4 years ago.
Yo,
I
dude, you remember when I
apologized
called you a salad, bro? I'm so... I didn't mean that.
to him. You know what people used to fucking call me back in like elementary school?
What?
Saddam Hussein. Who's Zane? Because it sounds like Saddam Hussein. He was a
'Cause you're
terrorist.
Arab.
If you guys don't know, if anybody under the age of 18 don't know who
Right.
Saddam Hussein is he was a very evil person who was like killing a ton of people.
Right.
They called me Saddam Hussein. They would call me a terrorist in school because I was half Arab.
Oh, no.
It was awful. So I told my dad this. My dad got so pissed. He went and told
The principal?
the teacher, but somehow it got to everybody.
Oh, so it probably just made
in
it
my
worse.
class, and it just made it worse. You know, it doesn't get
it's
better.
So embarrassing.
It was so fucking embarrassing, and it went on. It actually became more of a problem because when like kids, they take that information, they're like, oh, this really bothers him. He brought his dad in to save his.
Oh yeah, they run with shit.
They
like
ran with it, so it got worse, and I never even like I didn't even tell him. I just kind of dealt with it, but it was fucking awful. That was my elementary school year, though.
That was in
like,
elementary
Zane.
school?
Yeah, it was in elementary school before I moved to Central Park.
That's wild because there was actually somebody at my elementary school. You didn't go to my elementary school. That his last name actually was Hussein. And any time that there would be like a school assembly or anything, anytime they would announce his name as like a winner of some sort of award, they would say his last name as Hussein. And everyone in the audience was like, I swear, it was so
awful.
weird. Like elementary school kids, I don't understand where they get this from.
I remember like when my family would travel, like my last name is Hussar, and like it looks kind of, I guess, Middle Eastern, some sort of like close to Hussein.
Yeah,
so like we would get pulled out of line and like double checked. Like my brother would get like pulled aside, and they would do like the pat down like on him. Like
What?
When I told my dad about you and I told him your last name, he thought you were Arab.
everybody does.
Immediately. It's not Hussad, like Heath Hussad. Like that's how you'd say it.
Right.
If you were
Nice.
speaking Arabic.
Wow. He liked you
Heath
immediately.
Hussad. So he was like, oh, is he Arab? I was like, no, he's not Arab, which is surprising because he has an Arab last name. Or it sounds Arab,
A
at
lot of
least.
people think that.
Yeah. I'm not giving excuses to the kids that called me terrorist. But this was right after the September 11th attacks. So like it was
right.
like very fresh, and everybody's head was, oh, Hussein, oh, he's Arab. Oh my God, he was a
He
part
did
of
it.
September 11th. Yeah,
But that's the thing. I mean, I
awful.
feel like you would want the general population to be smart enough to know that just because, like, this wasn't somebody's last name after the attack or whatever, or this wasn't like, this isn't something new, but you are equating this to something that is going on in the world right now, and you are stupid.
Yeah,
because
I know,
of it.
but then again, these were kids. Like these kids that were calling me this, their brains are not even.
Well,
fully
yeah, I know,
developed yet.
because at the same exact award ceremonies, there was also a girl with the last name Butts, and every time somebody, everyone would laugh at her name, and then everyone, whenever it got to Hussein, would like everyone knew how to react. It was so stupid.
They would also call me a Zane hijacker because of my last name.
That sounds like a MySpace name. Zane Hijacker.
You know what? I think that was my MySpace name.
Wait,
For,
really?
it was that for like a couple months, and then I
That's
changed
right,
it.
baby. You take what they call you and you
That's-
put it out there.
Baby,
That's how you-
exactly.
I
We
got-
claim
You use it
that.
against yourself before you let people use it against you.
That's
You
right,
let them
baby.
know that you don't care about that.
I didn't really have any like, I guess not nicknames, like, but like bad nicknames. But people did call me like Heather because I had really long hair.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh my God, you're so brave.
I would like to share that.
Poor
Well,
fucking
you know,
thing.
in middle, by the time I got to middle school, they called me Kenny the Queer, which I now.
Why would they
wear-
call you that?
I don't know where they got that from. Oh my God, where did they get
that
that
doesn't even
from?
make sense.
I didn't even know what the word queer meant back then.
Well, yeah.
How long ago was this when they would call you that?
This was like 7th grade. I feel like that they would call me this. But the thing is I mean, if my name was Gary, they'd just be like, "Oh, Gary the Gay, easy." But
Gary?
they had to get creative, which I give them props for. They called me Kenny the Queer.
We love alliteration.
We love alliteration.
You all guys are reminding me. I did get bullied, but it wasn't in school. It was at summer camp.
Oh.
What is it? The same summer camp where you would tell the kids to go into the claw machine?
No, that was when I was older.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
I was more mature then.
It was 7th grade, and this was my chubbier days, and I would get picked on because of my body, and maybe that's why I'm so insecure today. But they would make fun of me, and they'd all laugh at me and talk about my nipples.
They would laugh at you about your nipples?
Yes, and they would make.
What would they
fun
call them? What would they call them?
They would
For
call them-
educational purposes, what would they call them?
If they were to talk about your nipples, what would they say?
Say their names.
Can we guess?
yeah, guys. What do you think they called my nipples, guys?
I would
Comment
call.
down below. Hurry, comment.
I would call
Traffic
one Zane and
cones.
one Heath.
Did I tell you about this?
No, I just guessed.
What did you guess?
Traffic
Did you go
cones.
to my camp?
No, that was me. I'm the one that called you traffic cones.
Traffic titties.
Is that why you say your nipples are coney?
Yeah.
You always say that. You're like, I got them pierced because I think they're coney. I was like, what does that even mean?
I remember that, but like I understand the reason why you got them pierced, but like this is so odd. I have the same type of nipple. I hope you feel seen because mine are the same way.
No, I was just really insecure about my nipples, and it was called aquatics, and it was a summer camp based around being in the water all the time. So go figure. I always had my shirt off, and I couldn't fucking escape it.
Dude, I'm sorry.
You want to see it? You want to see them?
Yeah, let me see it.
Wait, they're not pierced.
Oh yeah, where'd your piercing go?
I took them out.
Why?
His MRI.
Because I had to take them.
Oh, you had to take them out for the MRI.
Yeah. So the guy looked at me and he was like, "So we're gonna have to take out all of our piercings, all of them." And I was just like, I don't have any in my face anymore, so I don't know why he like specifically was like all of them. So I was just like, maybe he knows me.
You take out your
He
nipple.
can see him through my shirt. He's like, wow, that guy's got some coney. Oh, they're pierced. So I had to take him out for my MRI, and right afterwards I tried to put him back in, but they just poofed up so much because they're big cones that I couldn't put them back in.
You were stopping traffic.
Yeah, so I literally could not put him back in.
I also feel like you were in the MRI for more than 30 minutes. I mean, I was with you on that appointment, and you were there for a long time.
Have you gotten an MRI before?
I've never gone.
I'm scared. So
Is it like the circular tube thing?
yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but check me out. Got my movement back, baby.
Nice,
It's
baby.
still super tender. I can't really do much, but I can move it around. But I'm scared because I have to go for my checkup, and I don't know if they're gonna make me get another MRI to like see if I'm recovering or whatever. Because if they make me do another MRI, I'm not gonna go. It was the worst experience that I've ever had. I'm claustrophobic as it is. Like, Bubba knows that like I absolutely hate being in like tight spots.
He like goes to take his sweatshirt off, and if it gets caught for a second, he's like, I need it off. I need it off. I need
Get
it
it off me! I'm like, I freak out. I hate it. So what they did was they put me in this little tube, and my arms are pinched together, and they slide me head in, and like I'm up to here, and like it's like right in front of your face, like completely around you.
I thought there was a lot of space in those circular.
They're tight.
No.
Like really tight.
So the movies are lying. You know whenever they have MRI scenes, like it's
They
like
have,
really
they have a camera angle right above you. You're like, ooh, cozy.
That's what.
No.
That's no. I always thought there was like a lot of room in there.
Awful. And then all of a sudden, like this crazy banging like starts happening. It's like, and it's right into your ears. You got like earplugs in, but it still doesn't help at all.
I couldn't imagine being in your position because I've gotten MRIs before, but I was going in the opposite way. So my legs were in there, my
your head
body
was
and my
out.
my head was out. So I heard all the sounds, I heard all of that, but like I didn't feel claustrophobic because my head was outside of the machine.
And like it hurt to like sit there with my arm pinched like that because it was so sore and like hurting. But yeah, over like 30 minutes inside this little chamber, and you can't move at all. If you move, they have to restart and do it over again because it messes it up.
When you say you can't move, what is that? Like you can't move like at all.
It had my arms pinched at my side. Like I literally couldn't move. I mean, I could lift it up if I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
But
So it's
if you lift or do that, you mess up the shot.
Right.
So then they have to start it over again. So you're still stuck in this tube.
So it takes 30 minutes to take a picture of your rotator
there's multiple
cuff.
things that they're doing.
They should make
So
it
it makes sense.
an aquarium instead, like the dome. You should be slid in and see like
Something.
fish.
Yeah.
What do
like
we think?
Like a
Zane, what
planetarium.
do
Right,
you
you're
think?
gonna have to cut that out because like we don't want anybody to take that idea.
All right, don't patent that.
Yeah, don't-
No, please, nobody steal her idea.
Aquarium MRI.
Aquarium MRI. That's great.
Tell
Write
them
that
the
down.
name.
Write that down.
Or it could be like the night sky.
What if a shark starts hitting the glass?
Speaking of sharks,
Planetarium MRI.
hey sharks.
Oh my god, just giving out all the
Hey sharks, I'm looking for 100%.
She goes on Shark Tank.
You got it, Bubba. But yeah, so
You're really good, Bub. You're gonna do good, Bubba.
we want to give a big thank you to our sponsors on this episode. This episode is sponsored by Hellofresh.
Get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door with Hellofresh, America's #1 meal kit. Hellofresh lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking fun, easy, and affordable.
And there's something for everyone, including low calorie, For me and my baby Zane, we also have vegetarian options and family-friendly recipes every week.
HelloFresh offers contactless delivery to your doorstep for easy home cooking with the family.
But most importantly, it cuts out the stressful meal planning, grocery store trips, so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes, even 20 minutes with their quick recipe options.
HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients mean there's less prep for you and less food waste.
HelloFresh is incredibly flexible. You can keep your fridge stocked by adding extra proteins or sides like garlic bread to your weekly order.
Also, HelloFresh is committed to making fresh, delicious food available now more than ever and has taken extra steps to keep its employees and customers safe.
They've even donated over 2.5 million meals to charity in 2019, and this year is stepping up their food donations amid the coronavirus crisis.
Guys, HelloFresh is so convenient. Guys, we just made the Juicy Lucy Burger. What is it? The Juicy Lucy Burgers? The
that's
Juicy
right.
Lucy Burgers before this podcast, and we had to get the podcast done soon because it was getting late. So we popped in the Juicy Lucy Burgers, and they tasted delicious.
Less than 30 minutes. It's so easy, and guys, it allows you to go out of your comfort zone. You can make something you typically wouldn't, and it gives you all the pre-measured ingredients, so you're not wasting anything, and honestly, it just makes cooking fun.
And it's fresh, too. So.
All the time.
So go to HelloFresh.com/80Unfiltered and use code 80Unfiltered to get a total of $80 off, including free shipping on your first box. Additional restrictions apply. Please visit HelloFresh.com for more details.
Guys, again, that's $80 off. Save some money. Get some good meals. All you got to do is go to HelloFresh.com/80Unfiltered and use code 80Unfiltered, and you're going to get $80 off.
Best deal of a lifetime. I love it. Our next sponsor is one of my favorites, Liquid IV. Believe it or not, dehydration occurs daily in 3 out of 4 people. With Liquid IV, you have the fastest, most efficient way to stay hydrated. Each serving helps you get as much hydration as 2 to 3 bottles of water.
I will say that the other day on the last podcast when we talked about my little, my rug experience, whatever,
Yeah.
the first thing I did the next morning was wake up and drink Liquid IV.
It really helps. You drink 2 of those bottles and you're good for the rest of the day.
Guys, it really works. It's absolutely incredible. You feel so much better, rehydrated, and honestly, I love the product.
I don't want to say it helps hangovers, but it helps hangovers. It helps
really
my hangovers
does.
for sure. I drink it before. If I do drink, I drink it before I drink. And it honestly helps me wake up in the morning not feeling
and
like poopy.
And to be honest, I just love the flavors.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Really
It
good.
feels like a treat.
The acai flavor, it's so good. It's so refreshing.
Even after a hot day, you got to work out outside, you go for a run, come back in. Ooh, baby, treat yourself. Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins, more vitamin C than an orange, and as much potassium as a banana.
Also, it's healthier than all those sugary sports drinks, no artificial flavors or preservatives, and less sugar than an apple.
And what makes Liquid IV so effective is that it's got the perfect balance to help you hydrate more quickly and effectively than water alone.
1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water can give as much as hydration as 2 to 3 bottles of plain water.
Liquid IV is on a mission to change the world. They've even donated 2.3 million servings in response to COVID-19. Products are being donated to hospitals, first responders, food banks, veterans, and active military. So it's not just helping Zane and I.
It's helping everybody. Liquid IV is available nationwide at Costco and Target, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code UNFILTERED at checkout.
That's 25% off anything when you order and use the promo code UNFILTERED at liquidiv.com.
Get better hydration today at liquidiv.com, promo code UNFILTERED.
Thank you for sponsoring this video and also keeping us hydrated.
Our next sponsor is brought to you by Babbel. I've always wanted to learn a new language, is always on my to-do list, so I figured why not start now with Babbel.
Babbel is proven to get you speaking a language within weeks. They designed their courses with real-world conversation in mind, letting you learn everyday practical conversations that you will actually use.
The daily lessons are 10 to 15 minutes and start by teaching you words and phrases. Then sentences gradually get more complex. Soon you're practicing short conversations.
Lessons are thoughtfully created by over 100 language experts, and their teaching method has significantly proven to be effective across multiple studies.
They even have speech recognition technology that helps you improve your pronunciation and accent.
With Babbel, you could choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German.
And Babbel is available as an app or online, so your progress will be synced across all devices.
Right now, when you purchase a 3-month subscription, Babbel will give our listeners 3 additional months for free when you use promo code UNFILTERED.
That's 3 additional months free when you go to babbel.com and use promo code UNFILTERED on your 3-month subscription. BABBEL.com. Promo code
Look,
UNFILTEred.
he's learning to spell already.
Our next sponsor is brought to you by Ernest.
Is your student loan payment too high? Is water wet? Well, refinancing with Earnest could help you lower your monthly payment.
Interest rates have hit record lows, which means it's a great time to refinance your student loans and see if you can lower your monthly payment.
Baby, nobody wants to be paying more. Do what you got to do. Lower it.
If you've been making the same monthly payment on your student loans for the last couple of years, odds are you could reduce your payment and save by refinancing with Earnest.
Checking your new rate is fast and easy. To start, complete a few questions online. It only takes 2 minutes. Then you'll get a personalized rate estimate without affecting your credit score.
It's super easy. Plus, there's no origination fee or any other fees.
Plus, the internet loves Earnest customer service. They're rated 9.4 out of 10 on Trustpilot.
And now you can get $100 cash bonus when you refinance a student loan with Earnest. So you go to earnest.com/unfiltered.
Once again, you're going to get a $100 cash bonus when you refinance your student loan at earnest.com/unfiltered.
Again, visit earnest.com/unfiltered for more details. Thank you, Ernest. We love you so much.
What was the story that you told us last night about bullying? It was the two girls.
In my grade, not
Yes.
yours.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we know these girls, but change their names. Change their names for the sake of privacy.
I say call a bitch out.
Yeah, you know what? We should be.
Well, no,
be.
we can't judge their middle school behavior.
Yeah, no, of course. Just say the name.
I mean, it just it's just funny because I mean, I don't know if I would say like it was straight up bullying, but it was just funny because I feel like in middle school we just feel like we know everything.
Mm-hmm.
We know how the world works. We know this. We know that. We know about drugs and alcohol and all this nitty gritty stuff. And there was a couple girls in middle school. Let's say one of them was Belinda.
Ooh.
And Belinda went to Elizabeth and she said, "Oh, I got some really good Coke. If you want to try
middle
some."
school.
In middle
did not
I
know
didn't
what
even
Coke
know
was.
what
No.
that was.
I
in
didn't know
middle
what it was
school.
Oh my God.
Well, Belinda knew that Elizabeth was an easy target and that she would fall for it.
Adventurous.
Yeah, she would be willing to take the bait. And Belinda was like, "Oh, I got the best stuff from my guy, my dealer."
A plug in middle school.
Yeah. And she, in class, I remember in class, I was in the class, and she cut her up a little line, and it was a pixie stick.
Oh no! Was it given to her in like a?
It's like blue.
No, there is color in it
I know,
though. There's no
exactly.
pixie stick that has it's white. It's all different colors.
But at that point, though, I just feel like everyone was just willing to be like, oh, my friend's saying it's Coke.
That's
I'm
how
just
you
gonna
know it's
pretend like
good.
it's Coke. Yeah, it's
Like
good.
when it's blue, that means it's like really pure.
Yeah.
Was it in like a little baggie?
I think they did before class. They put it in a little baggie.
Oh
Damn,
my God.
just to
They really-
torment her.
Above and
Oh
beyond.
man,
They committed to
I
that.
heard stories about this. Like
no,
from
I
other
did
people.
too. Very embarrassing.
And Elizabeth, is that what you call her?
That is her name.
I am so fucked up right now. Like, and they were like, "Do you feel it?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's really good."
Oh no,
man.
that's literally that's honestly how it was.
And everybody just made fun of her because she acted like she was on coke.
I have a similar story to that. This was actually, I think it was like late high school where it was Ella. It was like Ella's friends. It was Ella's friends, and they were saying how they had this they got this really good weed, and
Oh,
they
God.
packed this bowl for him, and in the bowl there was no weed. It was oregano. It was straight oregano.
That's like a classic prank,
And
right?
is it a classic prank? This is the
Yeah.
first time I've
Yeah.
ever heard anything like that. Okay, and he smokes a whole thing, and he's like, "Holy shit, I'm so fucking high!" And then they were recording him and anything. I felt so bad.
Jeez. Oh
Like just being on the other side of that, I was just like, "Oh man, like this is just like something that he's gonna have to deal with for the rest of his life."
And you
They're
know
gonna
what?
have
You know
that.
what? It was probably the situation. It wasn't like he was trying to be cool or being like, "Yeah, I'm so fucked up." He was probably like having to feel like they expected a reaction,
Yeah.
and he didn't want to seem like.
Right.
So he probably felt pressured to be like, "Yeah, I'm so stoned," and
But
like
that's what I remember about Elizabeth is that I feel like at that point in high school,
she was on a sugar high, is what she was
well,
on.
I just feel like collectively all we knew about truly was weed at that point in our lives.
Yeah.
And so I feel like whenever she did the pixie stick coke thing, all she had for a point of reference was being high off of weed, and it's a completely different feeling.
You know?
How would you know that?
I've read extensive literature on the subject,
I
and
was waiting for that one. Good job.
but I just feel
Call
like
him out.
that's how she acted whenever she did this whole pixie stick thing. She was like, whoa, man, I am
Shit's in
so
like slow mo. It's like
Slow-mo,
what?
yeah. Coke is not the same thing, and we know that now because we're adults and we do research.
And have seen movies.
Yes,
Right.
sir. Very good.
But I mean, it's just so funny. It's just like you look back and everything that happened in middle school and high school and whatever, it just like seems so childish now, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Poor thing.
And not only that, there was like so much other shit that happened in our high school, which is like now thinking back to it was so fucked up. But like during the time when we all like received this information, we're like, oh my God, that's crazy. But like now thinking about it, it's like, what the fuck? Like, remember the security guard that was like caught hooking up with one of the students?
Yes.
Behind the portables.
Oh my
like,
God.
that's fuck. Like thinking about that now is
Disgusting.
crazy. But back then, like it was just like, oh, weird. But that's it. That's all. Like that's all you thought about. Like
I
now,
mean,
it's
but
like,
it
this
was
is
there was like
fucking-
multiple instances. It was like in the bathroom in the middle, you know, where like the two bathrooms in the circle were.
Yeah.
It was in that bathroom too. It came out like they were talking.
nasty shit.
That's so bad.
It's weird to look back at now, but yeah, I mean, like you said, it wasn't, I don't know, somehow it was brushed under the rug, I feel like, for us. I feel like everyone involved, like teachers and faculty and staff, were just kind of like, oh, this isn't a big deal.
And
it's
they couldn't let it
fine."
get out too, because if they do let something like that get out, then parents are not going to want their kids to go to that school because they're
Right.
oh, your staff is hooking up with the students, so I don't want my kid to go here. So
Do
like,
you
it's-
remember Dr. G when he asked one of the students to go get something from his briefcase and then something spilled out of the briefcase?
this was in high school?
This was in middle school. So at Heath and Mai's middle school, there was this teacher. I was about to call him a professor, but we don't call them that until college. But his name was, for all intents and purposes, Dr. G. And I had him. Did you have him?
No, I never had him like as a teacher.
So he was part of this program that taught other things outside of normal middle school like curriculum. He taught like law and I think debate or something like that. And he, not in my class, but in my same grade, so I heard about it. He asked this student to go get something from his briefcase. And it was like a textbook or whatever, for whatever intents and purposes. It was a textbook. And she goes to his briefcase, and I just remember the story being that it like tipped over or something. And some photographs fell out that were of him and his wife not wearing clothes.
What?
Nudie pics.
Yeah, they were like the old school
Wait,
physical.
there's
nudie
two
pics.
things about that story that like I'm already questioning. Why
are you
is a
having
teacher
somebody-
asking
yeah.
a student to go to his briefcase? That makes no fucking sense to me.
I don't know.
I think he was hoping she saw it.
that's what
Is this story true though?
Yes.
Like people
mean,
make stories all the time. Like,
it was true enough for him to get fired. Yeah.
oh, he got fired.
He got fired.
Oh.
He got let go, and
If you knew that was in the briefcase, didn't want it to be found, why would you have anybody go into your briefcase?
Maybe he specifically asked this certain girl because he was interested in this certain girl. Maybe.
And why would you have it be a picture of you and your wife if you were trying to like impress
maybe
somebody?
maybe to show that he was kinky. I don't know.
I had my concerns and my speculations because I mean he was back then he had to be probably in his
60s?
60s, 70s, maybe.
Oh,
he was old.
Oh, I thought he was maybe like 30s.
No. He was older.
Oh, this wasn't no 50 Shades of Grey. This was about 50 years old.
was-
Shades of Grey. This
50 years of gray.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he'd
fuck.
been gray for a very long
Oh,
time,
fuck.
but he picked the most. I can't even describe how she was She was a straight A student. She was a very goody two shoes kind of girl. He picked her like over everyone to go into his briefcase.
That's
like,
oh my.
The teacher was also a coach for the soccer team. And so there was another girl that was also a member of the soccer team that also saw these pictures. And so I feel like that would be so traumatizing because I know that they were like interrogated after this whole scenario, because you can't just fire someone based on one claim that you hear or whatever. You have to like interview these girls, and they're middle school kids.
Oh my God.
that is traumatizing. On a lighter note,
on a lighter note, we're ending this podcast.
Zane and I have been looking through the comments on the last episode, and everybody's very excited about our gaming that we're going to be starting.
Yeah.
We are in the process of getting a setup, and we've started a list of all the different games that we're going to be playing and what we want to play, and we think you guys are going to want to see. So we're really excited.
It might seem really hard to hear that Heath and I are doing something, and we might not stick, but we are sticking to this. Just like
It's
this
gonna be a little
podcast.
different. It's going to be different than other gamers, I feel like.
Yeah,
not
because
like other
we're gonna
Right,
suck.
we're not like other gamers.
We're not like other
Put a little
gamers because we're
twist
gonna
on
be
it.
No,
really
I'm gonna
bad.
hold you guys accountable because the stuff that you like want to do, I think is so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
getting
have a-
so
really cool.
excited.
We have a whole list of games that we're gonna do, and we're just gonna do it on like a live stream, and then we're probably gonna cut it and
Do a
post
little like highlight reel,
on and post
all of
it on
our
YouTube.
best moments.
If there are any.
Are the best moments from what we say, or is it our gameplay?
Yeah, it's probably not going to be any like
no
highlight reel of our
gameplay.
games.
Yeah.
No.
That's not something that we can do.
But yeah, we're still trying to figure out a startup date for exactly when we're going to release that. But it is coming soon.
So, guys, thank you so much for listening and tuning in again. This is Zane and Heath Unfiltered. We post every Monday's audio form on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and all those other platforms. And on Tuesdays, we post the video form on youtube.com/Zane and Heath.
That's right. And again, guys, make sure to show Matt and Kenny some love. Keep everything positive and upbeat. And again, we love you guys. And always thank you for tuning in and listening to us.
All right, you have a good night, and have a good Monday and good Tuesday, and God bless, and you all have a good day.
It's 1:30 a.m.
I know.
Oh my god.
This was our latest episode.